Welcome to a new episode of Overrated and Underrated Fragrance. And today it's the last episode I'm gonna do on that series. So I will be doing a lot of fragrance today, maybe a little bit more than usual. I'm gonna just finish my list. So the first one, it's Polo Intense by Ralph Lauren. This one I would say it's underrated. First of all, the whole line of Polo, I would say that it's pretty much underrated. It's really a good brand. And this one specifically, I would say in the red line, it's pretty much the best. I haven't tried yet the Ouse Perform, even though I have a sample that I got like 2 months ago. I haven't got the time to try it yet. But in everything else that I tried, this is the best. So it's underrated. Cypress Cedar by Banana Republic. This one I would say it's underrated because no one talks about it. It's a nice fragrance if you like stuff like Encre Noire, something that you will probably enjoy. It's nice, woody, cypressy fragrance. It's not something that I would say everyone will enjoy, but it's a nice fragrance and should be having a bit more recognition. Medusa Woman Vetiver, which is this fragrance here that you probably saw in every single discounter that you went if you looked at the cheapest fragrance. This one is really underrated. It's crazy for the price. It's amazing. They could sell it probably 5 times the price at least, maybe even more. It's a great fragrance. It smells nice. It's a vetiver fragrance. It only smells vetiver, but it's really nice and it's really underrated. Paco Rabanne Pure Excess Night. This one also is underrated. Everyone talks about Invictus and 1 million, and I get that the Pure Excess is not the best line or more popular line, but it is nice. Not the original one, but the Night is really good, and I think people that like Paco Rabanne should give a try at this one because it's better than 1 million and everything else they made. Pretty much everything else. The Most Wanted by Azeroth. This one is overrated. I would say it's one of the most boring fragrance that was released this year. It's fragrance that smells like caramel and that's it. There's some other stuff going around, but it's like just caramel fragrance. It's not crazy. It's new because it's like the name and everything, the bottle, but they're not inventing anything crazy. I think they just wanted to make more money, have something sweet that young people would enjoy. And that's it. So it's really, really overrated. Next one, it's Polo Intense by Ralph Lauren, and this one also I would say it's overrated. It's nice. It's not bad, but people call it the new version of, or like how Polo, the original Polo would be if it would be created today. And for me, it's a good flanker, but it's not really so much of a good flanker. I think there's a gap that's too big in between the original Polo and this one. It's a nice fragrance, but I think it's a bit too much on a pedestal than it should be. Next one, it's Giorgio Beverly Hills for Men, and this one is underrated. It's great patchouli fragrance. It would be great for pretty much all year round, I would say, especially in spring and fall, maybe in summer. But it's great fragrance. No one really talks about it. It's really old school, but it's a nice fragrance. Next one, it's Stetson by Coty, and this one is extremely underrated. It smells great, and a lot of people say that the opening is off-putting, it smells bad and everything, but seriously, it smells a bit spicy and like musk. I don't get why people say it smells bad. It's a great fragrance. I think it's getting discontinued. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's just a store that will stop selling it where I'm getting some of my fragrance. But it's a nice fragrance. It's really underrated. Next one, it's Bulgari Men in Black, and this one is properly rated. People say it's amazing, and it is amazing. It's a great fragrance. Deserve the praise it have. Not so many people talk about it, but there's a lot of good fragrance anyway, but this one is great and it deserves the praise it got. Next one, it's Guerlain Homme. This one, I don't know for the Eau de Parfum, but this one I would say it's a bit overrated. No one really talked about it, but people that talk about it say it's great, it's amazing. Seriously, the projection is bad, longevity is, it's okay. It will be a great fragrance if there's a really big heat wave, or maybe if you live in Arizona or something like that, where it's like almost half the year heat wave. It could be nice in that occasion, but I think from all the Guerlain that I tried, and it's my favorite brand, I would say this one, it's not as good as the rest, and for me it's overrated. Next one, La Nuit de l'Homme Bleu Électrique by Yves Saint Laurent, and this one I would say it's properly rated. People say it's awesome, and it is awesome. The La Nuit de l'Homme is a great fragrance. Sadly, projection is not good. This one, they kind of solve every problem that the original had. It's really great fragrance, and it's probably the best of Yves Saint Laurent. I haven't tried all of them, so that's why I'm saying probably, but all I've tried is the best one. L'Homme by Versace. This one, it's underrated, and it's this one I'm talking about. If you're not sure which I'm talking about, it's underrated. It's really good, probably the best Versace. If you like old school fragrance, you'll love this one. A lot of people are trashing Versace these times, I feel, even though they are making a lot of good fragrance and they're in some way big trendsetter, but this one is good and this one is really underrated. Next one, Toy Boy by Moschino, and I have the little bottle like a pen right here. This one, it's properly rated, maybe a bit underrated. It's a great rose fragrance. It got some pepper, some rose in it. It's a nice fragrance, and I would say it's underrated by people that say it's bad and everything. It's a nice fragrance. And if you like rose, this is something you need to try. If you don't like rose, don't bother, you won't like it. And I'm gonna finish with Bowling Green by Jeffrey Bean, and this one I would say it's underrated. It smells great. It smells a little bit like Versace L'Homme. I would say that somehow it gets the same kind of description, family fragrance. This one is underrated as well, probably even more underrated because no one talks about it. It's a nice fragrance, maybe even more interesting than Versace L'Homme, a bit less wearable, but it's nice. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If it's the case, well, like and share. If you have any fragrance that you think are really overrated or really underrated, write it in the comment. I'd be really happy to hear from you. And also, if there's any fragrance in my list that you completely disagree, have fun on the list saying why it's not overrated or why it's not underrated, that fragrance. And again, I'll be really happy to hear from you. So, thanks for watching, and see you soon.